Hi, my name is Yeheyis Workana. I am an instructor for CIS 157 and 158 class. Today, I will start and discussing about introduction to Linux for CIS 157. Today, I'll go through introduction to Linux, operating system overview, major Linux distribution, what Linux used for CIS 157 and lab, and why we use that Linux distribution. First of all, what is Linux? Linux is an open source operating system similar to Windows and Mac OS you have, and you are using Windows at home, at work, and that operating system is very popular in the user side. So Linux is the same thing like Windows operating system. So the operating system basically helps the users to navigate the application or communicate the application with the hardware to do different types of activities. So operating system is a bridge that connects the user application and the computer hardware for different daily and scientific activities. Using Linux. Where is the Linux is used? It can be used in the server side and desktop side, in the mobile devices, in different automations, AI, machine learning, and IoT, and software development. So a different operating system, or different businesses, they are using Linux kernel to build their business and different types of application. So Linux is basically, when you look at it, we are focusing mainly the Linux that's support or manage the server side, but the use of the Linux is different places. There's no one place that can be used in Linux. So because of these different types of application, different usage, different industry, the people that manage the Linux are Linux administrators. So we need more people to manage this in the industry. The industry is looking experts that manage all Linux systems. It's not only for desktop support, but mainly in the server side. All the servers, all the database, all the applications that we are running, dealing daily, are run in the server side. Those servers may be managed by the experts. So why are we using Linux? There are many reasons that we are using Linux. I'm not comparing this with other operating systems specifically, but why Linux is used. If I take one example, as for instance, Windows are using on a server side, and Windows has its advantage and disadvantage. But Linux is another operating system. Unix is another operating system. So the reason of choosing Linux is it's open source. That means the kernel code freely available for anybody's to make them by different changes, to make business, to do different activities. There are many pupils available to fix back and improve the requirement, and because it's free and people can jump and put the new requirement from different users. So it's open source basically. It's more secure against internet and other attacks to like Microsoft. You have to have antivirus, you have to have different types of to protect, but Linux you don't have that type of things. It's very flexible and very reliable and highly scalable in different hardwares. You can use Linux for different types of hardware, as you seen earlier. Where are we using Linux? And Linux is using in different places. And also it costs less. And also you can use Linux for years without rebooting a server. Microsoft, comparing to Microsoft, you need to reboot your Microsoft servers or Microsoft OSs very frequently. Whereas Linux, once you put it, you may not touch it for 1 year, 2 years time periods. So main thing is from this is I want to talk about cost. It's less cost. What it means is basically Linux is a free software. It's a free. When we say free, is there are two components. There is a desktop component, then the server component. It's free. I can get it. I can put it in my home computer or my desktop. The thing is when you are using Linux in the server side, you need to have an insurance. What it means is when you put the in this operating system in a server side, who will make you sure that servers run continuously, and because the business are depend on on that operating system. So for that purpose, there are some distributor that support the server for the industry, for the business. The companies that make support those servers are making money by getting a subscription of the support. You can take this as an example. You go and buy a new car from the car dealer. You pay first time when you buy a new car, a zero mileage, let's say $30,000. Now after that, you go back to the dealer every 5,000, 10,000, 3,000 mileage for different services, and the dealer charge you for those services. Similarly, in Linux, it's free, no cost in the beginning, but you pay for subscription to support the business. And you pay 1 year, they support you 1 year. You pay 2 years, they support 2 years. If you don't want it, if you have enough support, they will be aware, and you save your money. But there are business, SUSE, Red Hat, they're all businesses based on that subscription cost. So when we say free, it's basically free, but the cost is you pay for subscription or support. Make sure that's clear for everybody. So what is Linux? Linux is a child of a Unix. Basically, it's born from a Unix environment. So everybody familiar with Unix can be familiar with Linux too. So it's born from a parent of Unix. For today, I will stop here, but I'll continue my introduction part.